What's up, gang gang? This is Devontae Reaction. Look, I know I haven't been recording for a while, so for a week. So I'm gonna start recording 2 or 3 times a week because I've been busy. So let's get to this reaction. And I don't got my face cam.
It's crazy to think that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out 3 years ago, and even 3 years later, it's still a huge craze. It has a thriving online community and a great single-player campaign that can be played over and over again. But even after playing it for 3 years, there are still some little things that some of us are just noticing now. I'm Andrew the New Guy, and I'm here to bring you 10 little things you probably didn't notice in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Shout out to this guy. Go subscribe to his channel, Gamer Ranix, whatever. I hope I pronounced it right.
And up first at number 10, this is something that a lot of you might already know, but you can use the handbrake to turn your car in midair. I'm pretty sure this is something that I've been doing in almost all of the GTA games without actually knowing that I'm doing it. You know, like how you might have some weird thing or weird tick that you do without knowing it. Like me, I scream and curse at the TV when I'm really bad at a video game. I'm one of those guys, and I never notice that I'm actually doing it until someone actually points out that I'm doing it. And I feel like using the handbrake in GTA is kind of the same thing. For me, anyway. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've been doing it for years and just haven't noticed. And up next, number 9, here's a small detail you may not have noticed. But after you crash into a tree, the leaves will actually fall off of it and float their way down to the ground. Most of you probably don't notice this because you're usually crashing into the tree and getting fucked up by it. You're either dying after the crash or going flying out of the windshield across the map, or just the wreck is that bad that you didn't have time to notice the leaves falling down to the ground. One thing I've always loved about Grand Theft Auto is how much these trees can actually destroy you. Even a small, tiny tree that you think you can take down is actually stronger than it looks, and it takes you out instead. There's one thing I've learned from Grand Theft Auto is you don't fuck with trees. They're older, stronger, and probably even smarter than you. Also, this has nothing to do with the topic, but just try to crash into a viable net in Grand Theft Auto 5. Just see what happens, just for shits and...
I ain't gonna try to make this video so long, and I will put my Instagram in the description.
Giggles. Let me know. And up next, number 8, here's a pretty funny and realistic one. You can actually drink yourself to death. Well, eventually you'll black out and spawn out of hospital, so I don't really know if you're dying, but you can drink yourself to the point where the screen goes black and then you're gone and you're somewhere where you weren't before that. I mean, we can all relate to that, right? We've all had that one night that we totally regret, where we don't really remember what happened, but we were just told what happened while we were laying in a hospital bed getting our stomachs pumped. Anyone else, or is this just me? And this could actually make for a pretty interesting game mode if a bunch of players were to get together on GTA Online and start a race and just start pounding beers and see which one dies first and spawns at the hospital, and then that person wins. It's essentially like a frat bro mode, and I think it would be kind of fun to play. Also, the whole drinking yourself to death thing, pretty sure it only works on GTA Online.
Looks like you've had more than enough.
And up next, number 7, here's a quick little GTA Online tip. When you dock your helicopter at your office, it will actually repair it, which is good when you're a few blocks away from your office and your helicopter's completely beat to shit. You just have to survive those few blocks of your helicopter breaking down and get there and you're all fine. Also, if you use a luxury helicopter under your CEO abilities, you can choose a location like your office and you'll be transported there, which is really useful when you're across the map and you don't want to waste the time driving from point A to point B. And then number 6, another very small detail which I don't really even know how someone noticed this. Vending machines can actually run out of soda. This isn't something I've experienced in real life. If you're drinking soda to the point where you're actually running the vending machine dry, you may have yourself a bit of a problem, and I'd check your mouth real quick just to make sure you still have all of your teeth there. But just the attention to detail where a machine can actually run out of stock. It's a pretty cool thing. Good job, Rockstar. And up next, number 5, there's a car that you can only get in Grand Theft Auto Online called the Tampa, which, by the way, does appear in San Andreas, The Lost and the Damned, and The Ballad of Gay Tony. Just fun fact. Anyway, there's a hood mod for the car that adds pins to the hood that actually keep the hood on after taking damage. Not that it doesn't come off at all, but it seems to take a little bit more damage than other cars before the hood comes flying off, which is pretty cool because in real life, that's what those pins are for. They're used more for racing, and with the vibration and the wind both pulling at the hood of the car when you're hitting, a crazy miles per hour, it can sometimes pull the hood latch loose and the pins keep the hood from flying up. And when you're going 100 plus miles per hour, having your hood come flying up at the windshield can cause some serious damage to you and the car. Really, probably more of you. And up next, number 4, if you're driving and NPCs are in the middle of the crosswalk and the light turns green and you're heading for them, they'll actually start to run through the crosswalk to make it to the other side so they don't get hit by the car, which would be the biggest crock of shit if this game took place in Liberty City like Grand Theft Auto 4. Seeing that Liberty City is based on Manhattan, there no one speeds up. If anything, it seems like they walk slower. And up next, number 3, when you shoot a spray paint can in GTA 5, it explodes and paint flies everywhere. And if you do this in real life, it actually happens in real life too. It's definitely something you would do like in the woods next to your house with that one like sketchy friend that you had. And I can attest to this, it does happen. But you shouldn't try it at home. It isn't the safest thing, but it is fun. But don't try it at home. But it is really fun. But seriously, please don't like kill yourself or hurt yourself. That would be really bad.
Alright, y'all, that gonna be it for this video. If you're new, smack that subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like. And look in the description box. You see my Instagram. Go follow me there. Comment in the comments. What do you want to see me react on? Because a lot of this stuff I didn't know in GTA. So, see y'all next time.